What's up, boys? Today we are back with another video, and today we will be playing Pokemon Brick Bronze, but I can only use dragon type Pokemon. This was a challenge wanted by multiple subscribers because you guys just love to see me suffer. And of course, to do this, we will be using the one and only Butch is W. But anyways, with that, let's play. Okay, so this is where we run into the biggest problem of this challenge, and it's that we cannot get a dragon type until after the second gym. Why do you guys hate me? But we can get a Gumi, but the problem is that we can only get it when it's raining, and even when you do find one, they are very hard to catch. So it looks like we're gonna be using one Pokemon for a while, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so to make our life even more of a living nightmare, instead of going for Charmander, who has a Mega Dragon type, we're going to be going for Trico, who does have a Mega Dragon type. It's just the problem is that the second gym is all fire, and Trico is grass. So, yeah. So, this is going to be good. This is going to be fun. This is going to be great, you guys. So, after choosing Trico, we had a fight with Jake, and that was great. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. But then afterwards, I decided to check the forecast to see if we could get a Gumi, and to our avail, no, we will not be getting a Gumi for this challenge. I just want to let you know, to everyone that told me to do Dragon type only, or at least wanted it, I'm banning all of you. So going through Route 1, we were about to go and enter Chesma Town before Jake stopped us for something really important. Yeah, I just skimmed through this. This is not important at all to me. But afterwards, we can proceed into Chesma Town, and we meet this woman who takes us to her house. And she seems really nice and all that, you know, just like a very nice person. This doesn't faze me. Chasing the lady into Gale Forest, we get our necklace back before we can now make our way towards Sylvan City. Before entering Sylvan City, Trico evolved into Grovyle before we made our way to the gym to take on the leader. Here's how it went. I honestly thought it would be harder, but just like that, we have our first gym badge. Now, every time you beat the first gym, you are given access to the RTD, and since we won't be able to catch a dragon type for a real long time, I decided to just trade myself a level 1 Gible to make this challenge fair. After doing that, I grinded some raids to level it up all the way to Gible before continuing on into Brimmer City. Entering Brimmer City, we find out that Team Eclipse has stolen the red orb from the gym, and so we make our way to Mount Igneous and confront them. After fighting the admin, they proceed to summon Groudon before being scared off, and the red orb being retrieved. We then make our way to the gym and take on the leader. Here's how we did. And just like that, we have 2 gym badges. We make our way into Route 7, where we find Bidooves clogging our way to Laguna Lake, so we have to go and fight some lumberjacks before their boss comes in and makes them clean it. I attempt to get a Tyrant at the UMV subs, but ultimately have 0 luck and proceed forward into Route 8, catching a Swablu. Grovyle also evolves into Sceptile before we enter Rose Cove City. Upon entering Rose Cove City, we learn that Team Eclipse is back and this time to summon Kyogre. We go to stop them, but they continue their plan to get absolutely destroyed by this motherfucker. After stopping Team Eclipse, I grind some raids to evolve Swablu into Altaria so that it can keep up with the levels of Gabite and Sceptile. After that, we go on to take the gym leader. Here's how that went. It got very repetitive at the end, but finally, we were able to beat the gym leader and get ourselves the 3rd gym badge. After beating the gym, we have a fight with Jake and Tess before we catch ourselves an Applin and evolve it into a Flapple. I did this because I decided that later on, I would discard Sceptile and have a different Mega Evolution. I also caught a Dreepy, which took forever, and also came across a shiny Golett before making way to Route 10. On Route 10, we meet an Absol who comes very close to us before being scared off by stupid Jake and Tess. They tell us that we have to go through Kogono's Cliffs before getting to Anthean City, and while doing so, Gabite evolves into Garchomp and we catch ourselves a Bagon. We meet up with them again at the airship before boarding it to make way to Anthean City. Arriving into Anthean City, we meet with Gerald for an extremely boring dialogue session. Please end my suffering. But afterwards, I grinded some raids to level up Dreepy and Bagon so that they could keep up with the levels of everyone else, excluding Flapple because I have no idea how to evolve this thing still. Because I did this, Dreepy evolves into Dracloak and Bagon evolves all the way into Salaman. I also went and bought a Mega Altaria Stone for later and also got myself a hoverboard before heading to the gym. After fighting all the trainers and bringing the leader all of his equipment, we can now fight him. Here's how that went. like that, we now have 4 gym badges, making us halfway through the challenge. Leaving the gym, we see a huge Team Eclipse airship fly by, and meeting up with Tess and Gerald, we find out that Jake was taken hostage by them. We sneak through the sewers with Tess and confront them in the park. Here, we learn some crazy lore and have a fight with Professor Cypress before they leave us behind. As they leave, the entire place starts to blow up, but Palkia and Dialga pop out of nowhere and take us back in time to when the bombs were being planted. We stop the admin and get sent back to the present. We continue onwards like nothing happened and make our way to Roria City. Before entering Roria City, I finally learned how to get Hydrapple, and now I feel like a complete idiot. But in Roria City, we learn that Team Eclipse is back and has once again stolen something from the gym. We go to stop them and manage to retrieve the stolen jewel before heading to the gym to fight the gym leader. Here's how that went. And like that, we now have 5 badges. After beating the gym, Draculuke evolves into Dragapult and we make our way into Floruma City. Arriving into Floruma City, we make our way to the gym and complete the puzzles before we can finally take on the leader. Here's how we did. And with that, we now have 6 badges. Only 2 more to go. Going through Route 14, we meet up with Tess, who is confronting Team Eclipse where we learn something shocking.
kiss me on my hot mouth.
After learning that Jake is now on Team Eclipse for the billionth time, we have a fight with him before going into Route 15, where we get this cool cutscene of Latios and Latios before we can now make our way into Frostvale City. Arriving into Frostvale City, we immediately make our way towards the gym to take on the leader, who still has no clothes on. But after my little fit, we take him on. Here's how it went. We now have 7 badges, now meaning we only have just 1 badge left. We meet with Tess and Chad at Port Deca, where we learn that we must travel by boat to get to Crescent Island. When we talk to the man, we learn that only 1 person can go, so we will have to surf all the way there. Arriving into Crescent Town, we find out that Tess chased down a Team Eclipse member into a bar, and when we follow behind, we pull some juice kegs before being taken down to Team Eclipse's secret base. Here, we find our parents being taken away by the admins, and when we follow them, we find that Tess has also been captured. We get left behind with Jake, who we have one last fight with before he tells us they will be summoning Hoopa at the Demon's Tomb. When we catch up to them, they proceed with their plans and we have one last fight with Professor Cypress. Afterwards, as Cypress is talking to Hoopa, Jake throws him into the portal, with the admins following him behind. The portal starts to become unstable when this cutscene happens. We have a chance to catch Hoopa, but we have to stay true to the challenge, and so we go back home with our parents, but they'll just never understand our grind, so we fly back to Crescent Town to take on the final gym leader. Here's how we did. just like that, we have all 8 gym badges, meaning that we have finally completed the Dragon type challenge. Thank you so much for watching if you've reached the end. This is probably going to be the last challenge where I do not do the Elite Four, as hopefully it will be out by the next challenge, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a great year. I'm definitely looking forward to this year and where this channel goes, because we are already on the road to 3K, so you should definitely spread the word and subscribe. But yeah guys, with that, thank you so much for watching.